I'm Kelly from Escuela Viva en Ruta, and this is our tiny home tour. We are driving a Ford E450 Super Duty shuttle bus that we've converted into a motorhome tiny home. We're a family of 4. We have 2 little boys, Nico and Enzo, who are inside sleeping and eating. But let's go take a tour.
Escuela Viva en la Ruta. Escuela Viva en la Ruta. Escuela Viva en la Ruta. Escuela Viva en la Ruta.
The motor is a V10 6.8 liter motor. It gets about 9 to 10 miles to the gallon depending on the roads. We've got a nice little bug screen here on the front of the door so that we can keep out those nasty mosquitoes and other little bugs. Here is our front entryway. So down here we've got a little spot for some shoes and for first aid kit and for other mechanical juices, if you will. Up here we've got our plants. Some are dying, you can see, but I'm doing my best. Maps and guidebooks, and we've got our little rock cairn from all the different places that we go. We collect a rock. This is Wino, he's from Chile, and this is Moosey Lucy, he's from Alaska. So they're our little friendly mascots that help us along the way. This is our driver's area. Nothing really special here. We added this little cup holder, and this is kind of where all our shoes end up, and bags of dirty toys that the boys use outside when they go play. Up here we've got 4 little cubbies. First we've got one for backpacks and books and other miscellaneous things. Up here we've got towels and toilet paper, and over here is kind of the tool cubby where we keep all of the miscellaneous tools and things we need in case we need to fix anything. And then we've got our little bulletin board so we can collect treasures. Over on this side, we keep our curtains that we put on the front windows here when it gets too light out at night. We've got some bug spray and some bear whistles and things like that. Here we've got a nice little hanging towel rod bar that we got from Lake Superior, so we wanted to add that, give it a little flair. And then behind the driver's seat here we've got some hooks, places to store our jackets, and there's a little spot back there for other things like walking sticks and umbrellas and baseball bats and stuff like that. For the driver, since it does get really hot, we don't have air conditioning, we've got a fan here, and then this is the backup camera so that he can see where he's going when he backs up. Here we've got the passenger seat. So this is where I sit because I don't drive the bus. And this we put here on the step so that I can have a spot to put my feet when we're driving. Underneath the seat, there's another spot for shoes. They're just kind of thrown in there. It's not really organized, but it works. This is my little console, and this is, we keep all the things we need when we're driving, our phone chargers and things like that. But then inside we've got all of our bug spray, our sunscreen, our hammock, and then all of our hats and mittens and things like that. Over in this corner we've got our bathroom. We've got this beautiful tiled shower, and we've got a little toilet. We've got a little bathtub for the boys because they don't like to shower. We've got our shampoo and all of our soaps and everything hanging up there, so it's very convenient. It's a pretty nice shower, actually. Not bad. Another little hook and a mirror for jackets and things like that. And then we are in the dining room. So over here in the dining room, we've got the table. The table can drop down and it can make another little bed here. But this is where the boys sit. They've got their chairs here, and they've got seatbelts on this side. The other side does not have seatbelts. But we do have a cushion that we put here when we're not driving, so that we can be more comfortable there. Inside all these spots, we've got storage in the tops of the benches, some cast iron pans, a blanket, Down here we've got tools and bike supplies, different things like that. Down here under this one, we've got my cast iron Dutch oven. We've got biking bags. We've got other things like that. Some arena. We've got some toys down there. And then in this, behind this seat, we've got some other toys for kids, and we've got little noodles that we can put on the edges of the table for when they are playing with toys on the road and things don't go flying off the table. But they do anyway. And it's a mess. Up here we've got a little bookshelf where we can store some recipe books and other things. And then up on top here, there's little baskets with all sorts of toys, books, miscellaneous cards, chargers, cameras, all the kind of stuff that we need to just store out of the way, but keep at hand. Here we have our little kitchen. We've got this beautiful 2-inch wooden slab of beautiful walnut. It's my favorite part of the bus. We cut out a spot for the stove, so this has a piece that goes over it. We've got our 3-burner stove and oven. We've got our little refrigerator. We opted to go for a stand-up one instead of a drawer fridge, just because it felt easier. And then we've got 3 drawers here. The top one has some silverware, and the bottom, this is a big long skinny drawer where we can keep pans and trays and cutting boards and things like that. Up on top here we've got our fruit basket made by yours truly, and then we've got our spice rack. So these are just magnetic like knife bars, and I used mason jars, and they just stick on there and they've never fallen off on the road. So up on top we've got some little cubbies, and here we store all of our dishes. And then on this side we've got baking stuff, things that I can use to make all my breads and my treats. On this side we keep wine and oil, coffee, other things like that we need. Back here behind the stove we've got a little slot where we can keep our knives and they don't go flying around, and it's a nice handy convenient spot for that. Over here we have our sink, and again the sink has a piece of wood that can go over the top of it, so we just throw stuff in there when we drive. We've got our little utensil holder here with the soap dispenser, and then over here more storage of things. We've got some dry goods. I've got my sourdough starter here, oil, things like that. Up here we've got like salt and pepper, but then we've also have our toothbrushes and things like that, because this is our only sink. So this is where we have to brush our teeth. Yeah. Down here, our little towel holders. We've got our garbage can inside the door. And then inside there's cleaning supplies and bags and extra things. And inside is also the water heater and laundry supplies. Down underneath this oven, we've got another big giant drawer, which we don't really have appliances. We don't really use appliances, but I do have a blender and an electric mixer in case I need them. And then big bowls and our little strainer, yeah.
You have to put the top down.
That's what we use to strain the mac and cheese. We don't have a lot of room in the fridge, so we keep a cooler down here just in case we need to store extra beverages and things like that. And then we've got a step stool that the boys can use to wash their hands and faces and mouths, and they get all dirty. We've got some more hooks here that we can hang things down here too for the boys' things. But then we've got 2 little pantry spots. So up here we keep some snacks and cereal and applesauce and things like that. And then down in this one, more snacks, and this is more like a pantry. Where we keep our canned goods and what else we need. Here we've got our battery monitor, and this is where we check to make sure that we have enough power. We're only at 36. And yeah, and here's all the batteries. Down here, it's the batteries, the inverter, the charger, all things electrical are stored in that little cubby down there. Here we have our little office. We've got a little desk right here. We've got a nice big drawer here where we can store office supplies. And up on top here, there's another little cubby where we can store notebooks and papers and extra maps and things like that that we're not using. Got a fan to keep us cool when it's hot at night because we don't have air conditioning in the bus. And then there are some outlets down here. We've got another little cubby where we store toiletries and bathroom supplies and other things like that. And down here, underneath the desk, we have another little spot to store some books. And then, you know, their Legos and other. Underneath the bed, we've got a little cubby. Now this is a spot where the boys can kind of hang out, but it's mainly where we store our laundry, our dirty clothes, and the extra cushion that goes on the bench seat in the kitchen. And then we have the bedroom. So we've got a full-size bed here, where this little one is just waking up. And the bed does lift up. I'm not going to lift it up right now, but it's got the 75-gallon water tank underneath. And then it's also got some storage for other things like tienes que sentarte en la mesa para comer descanso. This is the boys' bed. It's slightly smaller than a twin. We had to cut it down. It's only about 5 feet long. And this bed also lifts up. And this is where they store all of their clothes. Which makes it pretty convenient for them to dress themselves, which is really nice. Okay, they also have a fan for their bed and a little mural that we painted, and they have a light where we can read. And then back here, there is a cubby for some books that we can store. And we do fit up there when we need to, because sometimes they sleep in our bed and we can fit up here. Up here we've got some closet space, little cubby, mosquito, where we store some clothes, and then we also have a light. We have a light here. And then this bed also has a curtain that we can close when the boys are sleeping up there, which gives us privacy, but also gives them darkness and quiet, and it keeps it warm when it's really cold. And then we've also got this curtain that closes off the bedroom area so that we can make it dark in here, and the boys can sleep under the bed. We've got some more storage, so we've got more clothes storage in here, and then we've got little baskets here at the end of the bed where we can store things like underwear, diapers, other clothes, and things like that. And here are the other 2 cushions that we use on the table when we drop it down into a bed. There's blackout curtains on all the windows because in Alaska, which is where we first went, there's no nighttime. On the back of the bus, we don't really have any cubby storage or anything like in an RV. But on the back of the bus, we do have this little deck here that we added on. So on this deck, we've got some storage, a little storage bin where we can keep some extra tools and things like that. We've got an extra container if we need to fill it up with gas. And then back here we have our little propane box. And so we just open that up, turn on the propane, and then we can turn it off when we're driving just in case. We've got our bikes hanging here, and then the boys' bikes are on top. And we've got this ladder that goes up, and there's another little deck on top. On top we store an extra tire. We've got a table, we've got a little rug, outdoor rug, and the boys' bikes up there as well. And you can see the backup camera right here that shows where we're going when we're backing up. And then we've got 4 450-watt solar panels up here on the top of the bus, and then we also have a Max Air fan. This is where we fill up with the water, and then we have 2 gray water tanks underneath the bus. One is for the kitchen sink, it's down under there, and then the other one is for the shower, so we can empty those out separately. So that is our tiny home tour, our little shuttle bus, renovated shuttle bus tour. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for watching. Adios.